Hi everyone, in this video we're going to compare one of the newest, I would say two of the newest, obviously not one of the newest car packs that we have for drift cars in Assetto Corsa. One is the Swarm drift car set or pack, and then the other one is the BDC, the Bad Drivers Club drift car pack, and this is the V6. So we're going to try both of these out. Right now we're in a Swarm car, and the car is the BMW E46. If you look at the session, we got E46 right now maxed out, so we're gonna go ahead and give that a go. And here's what it looks like on the side. We got the Swarm stickers, the branding, you know, just white it out. Headlights, who needs headlights? Let me go ahead and get some sun up in here near the afternoon a little bit. We got trees flying around, and we'll get some scattered clouds. How about that? Scatters always looks cool. You got plenty of light, force feedback at 51, and here we go. Let's take it out for a spin. So this is the BMW, and this is the Swarm. All right, so the Swarm cars I'm really enjoying, definitely. All right, they feel pretty solid. I think they did a really good job of just the design elements. The cars look really great and they sound really great, and in terms of feeling unique and different, they've done a great job of making them feel unique. In my last live stream I did talk about that a little bit when I was first testing out the Swarm cars, and the biggest observation and the noticing that I had was how different these cars feel from each other. So they're all very distinct from each other. As you all know, Gravy Garage is my favorite car pack so far, and I might be changing today, you know. I might be switching today. I don't know. It's a tough decision. I love Gravy, but there is a car pack between the two of these, the Swarm and the BDC, that's really a good, compelling alternative to Gravy, or at least it just adds a little bit of variety. So we'll talk more about that in a little bit at the end of the video, but right now I'm just showcasing a little bit of what this BMW E46 can do. This is certainly not my favorite of this car pack, but I kind of went with it because I had the skin available. I wanted to make sure the cars kind of showed their badging in our first couple of trial runs here. As you can see, it's pretty good. You know, I'm going to try to link a track up. I'm going to be quiet for a second so we can get going a little. Right now, while talking and drifting, it's always a little bit complicated. But I'm in second gear. So the other thing with the Swarm is the Swarm car pack, I'm noticing that in the way the cars come stock in this car pack, they tend to still prefer second gear, but some of them you can drift in third. If that means anything to you, if that matters to you, that's that. So for me, second and third are my favorite basically places to kind of be drifting around in. Not crazy amounts of speed. Feels like if the car can manage enough power, especially in third, I really prefer that. And I don't want to be redlining all the time like I feel with this car I'm doing right now. It is nice to be able to fluctuate the power a little bit as things are going around. But for third gear, this particular car, I don't think on this track it does a whole lot, because there are some areas where I have to slow down quite a bit, and for those sharp corners, then switching back and then getting back into second and then getting back into third, that's very annoying, especially when you have a sequential shifter or you're using the paddle shifters, which is what I'm doing. And that's why I prefer having a single gear that's going to take me throughout the whole track without me having to switch back and forth, so I can just focus on steering and throttling and not too much about, you know, changing gears also on top of that. I'm a lazy guy, what can I say? So here's what the car can do in third. Oh, I was too far wide. All right, let's get back into it. There you go. So we can do a decent job with this in third too, I feel like. You just gotta close the gap right here, this right here, right? Didn't want to veer too far out on that one. Same here, I'm gonna do some left foot braking to get closer to the inside. And there you go. It's just fine. So this is a Swarm car pack. Great car. I feel like all the cars are really, really good in Swarm. They all sound different. You know, the only drawback, if that matters to you, for a lot of people, this is not a big deal. The only drawback that I've found so far is that this is closer to well, I guess it's not really a drawback if you like the VDC cars, but this is closer to the VDC cars. If that's your cup of tea, if that's the kind of car feel that you go for, kind of like a harsher, harder feel. You know, you feel a lot more of the force feedback. You feel the cars are less planted. I'm sorry, they're more planted, right? They're not like just slipping and sliding whenever you throttle a little bit. These cars are a little bit grippier. They make you work a little bit, okay? They make you work. Gravy Garage, in comparison, is an easier car pack, I feel like, because the cars are ready to slip, and you don't have to do a whole lot to get to initiate and then to maintain and stuff like that. But this one is a little bit more work, so you gotta definitely be a little bit more attuned. You gotta be, you know, be mindful and watchful. All right, maybe a little bit more skill involved, I would say, right? You can't make as many mistakes. So I think that's the biggest difference I see. This is more of a raw experience compared to a more polished, I would say, experience. Polished maybe is not the right word, but more like a smooth experience that you get from Gravy Garage. All right, and which is why, compared to this one, I never preferred the VDC cars because I felt like they were just too hard for me, too harsh. They you know, just require a lot more finesse, and I always preferred Gravy Garage for that reason, because it was just a little bit easier and a little bit smoother. You weren't, you know, feeling a whole lot of force and strength coming back from the car at key moments, and I really, really preferred that, because it's just, for me, it's an enjoyment thing. It's not really like, oh, I'm trying to be a real life drifter. I'm not. I'm just trying to enjoy and have a good time. So for me, I'm looking for a car that's easier to drift, and for me, that car pack had been Gravy Garage. But going back to Swarm, I think Swarm is a step up from VDC. It just feels like it's kind of like a nice balance between a good level of challenge and a good level of control. You know, the cars are a little bit grippier, but you know, you got to work for it a little bit, and it's kind of nice. It kind of feels nice if you're looking for a little bit of a challenge. I feel like it's not impossible. It's very, very beginner friendly, I think, but it does have a little bit more of a character. Right, all the cars here have a little bit more of a character, as you can see. All right, so there you go. That's the first Swarm. We're going to compare that to a BMW from now, the BDC, right? The Bad Drivers Club. So let's go to the BDC cars. And so far, Swarm is great. Let's check out BDC and see what you know, one of their BMWs does around this track. All right, so let's go ahead and switch out now, just in case. Here's what it looks like. We got Swarm stickers. Paint job is nice. Cars look real good in this car pack. Really nice looking cars. All right, let me go ahead and switch out. What's up, Godzilla? Hello, hello. Hey, Luana. All right, so I'm picking up right now a BDC car. And we're going to try to look for a BMW for a BDC also and see how that goes. All right, let's go for, I'm just looking at paint jobs right now. I guess it doesn't really matter. Let me just pick whatever I got. And same exact car, all right, the E46. And this time, these are the BDC, the Bad Drivers Club cars. These look real nice, guys. I gotta say, they have spent a little bit more time on the design side of things, it feels like, compared to Swarm. in Swarm, when you go to liveries and you look for different car colors and stuff like that, they're just not as bigger of a selection. But for BDC, you have a bigger selection. Now, I will say that a lot of the BDC selections are kind of corny. Okay, they got like anime characters on it and stuff. I'm not into all that. So for me, a lot of that stuff is not usable. But there are some decent paint jobs. But the point is that they have more. All right, so for each car, they got like 7 or 8, at least 7 or 8 different, you know, paints or liveries you can put on, and they've got some cool ones actually. This got some really cool ones too. So this is the E46, and so this is my issue with, I don't know if you're hearing this, but the volume is very low for this car right now. So sometimes in these cars, in the BDC cars, the volume is just not great. All right, so this car feels a lot more tuned up. Ooh, but it feels really good. Let me turn the force feedback down a little bit, but the car feels really great. And as you can see, like right away, I got into third, and it was a lot easier to get into third with this car. All right, there you go. And kind of like Gravy Garage, these cars are more eager to start drifting. All right, let me just be quiet and try to get into a groove first, and then we'll kind of talk. There you go. Yeah, so these cars kind of like, they're more like, every time I start talking, I'm crashing. Okay, we'll just... get going first, okay? All right, so I am preferring this car a little bit more, mostly because it's easier to initiate the drift, and I'm feeling a lot more control with this car. The steering feels a little bit tighter, even though I had this down to 49 on force feedback, and the Swarm one I was driving around 51 or 52 or something, I think. You guys can skip back and see what I was doing over there. But this one feels like, man, this is a lot more engaging. I wish the sound was working right. The sound isn't working right on this car right now, so that's pretty annoying. But the car really, really does drive very nice. Okay, and then the main difference for me is, now, I don't know in terms of realism what you're looking for, but for me, the main difference in this car is that it's a little bit more slidey. Okay, it slides a little bit more. So the grippiness that we were feeling in the Swarm car pack is not as intense here. It's definitely there. I'm feeling it for sure. But you can see the car kind of swings out more. It's ready to kind of like turn more, transitions fast, right? It's traveling more of a distance around the bends. I mean, I'm the same driver. I'm not doing anything different here than I was with Swarm. But in this car, I'm just very easily able to get the car to turn. All right. And the power is there like all the time. And this is second gear. I'm going to try to switch to third, see if that experience changes a little bit, maybe gets a little bit softer. And yeah, it feels really nice, even in third, right? Oh my gosh, this corner really felt good, great, right? But yeah, I feel like I'm like up in my seat. I'm actually more engaged with this than I was with the other. So for me, I think the BDC car packs, guys, this V6 car pack to me right now might be taking the number 1 or 2 spot. I'm still going to try to compare this to Gravy Garage because like I said before many times, that's my car pack. That's my go-to. I really, really enjoy that car pack, basically only because of how easy it is to drift in that. But given what this feels like, this is a really nice middle ground between, you know, one of those VDC car packs or Deathwish Garage car packs and a Gravy Garage car pack. If the Gravy Garage car pack for you is too smooth, too easy, or too, you know, slidey and slippery, then this might be the one for you. right? This is just a little step closer to, you know, actual grippiness of the car, which feels really, really great. I'm into it. Oh my god, I wish the sound was working right now. But sometimes with a lot of these mods, this is what happens. Like, I'm live right now, so I'm not going to try to tweak around and fix it. But I did drive this car before and the sound was there, but now the sound is not there. So there is sound. I can hear something, but it's just like it's really, really low. So whatever happened, that's the issue here. All right, so let's stop there. Great car. Inside too, these cars look really awesome. Look at that BDC little air freshener thing hanging around and just swinging. All right, I'm gonna drive like this for a second, even though in this point of view, oh, now the audio sounds better too. See, this is not my point of view. I don't really prefer this first person. But that air freshener thing keeps on swinging. It doesn't seem to change with the gravity. I don't know. You guys tell me if it's changing or is it swinging with the direction of the car or not. But that's a nice touch. Stepped out again. In this point of view, I just naturally go much wider, so I don't know. I gotta fix my strategy here. Like, I go wider. I don't know why. When I'm driving third person, I can see a lot more, and I guess I can see the rear of the car a lot better, and I'm just used to like doing it that way. But when I come into this point of view, I'm just like very confused as to where I'm going. Oh, there's the audio stopped again. Right, so let's go back to another Swarm car. I think we've gotten a good idea what these cars are about. I really like the finishing touches they've put on. Everything looks good inside, and in fact, look at that rear view camera. Do you see that? I put the car in reverse, and you could actually see the screen change to give you a reverse assist camera. Look at that. That's such a nice touch. That's such a great detail that they have that. They thought of that and they put that in. It works pretty well. It's like right there. You get the lines and everything. That's pretty dope. I appreciate that. All right, let's get back out there. And we'll go back to Swarm now and try another Swarm car. So the next car we're going to do is the Z6, the Corvette. Actually, it's just a really nice drifter in this car pack. And again, when I'm looking at the Corvette right now, I know you can't see the screen, but I have about 3, 6, 7 color choices: black, gray, purple, yellow, red, green. That's pretty much it. So again, they don't have a lot of options there in terms of just what the car looks like. The cosmetics aren't there very much for the Swarm options, but the cars drive real nice. I think my pick out of Swarm and BDC is the BDC V6 car pack. I think it's dope. This is the Corvette that we're looking at now. Let's go ahead and try the Swarm Corvette, the Z6. All right, this is one of the best looking cars in my opinion. I really love these cars. I think they look so nice from the front, and those backlights too look great. And they're a nice big size car too. So it's nice to kind of maneuver this thing around the drift track. So let's go ahead and hop in. All right, our volume is back. So you know, these are the kind of things with mods that happen. So now the volume is back and we're good. All right, driving the Corvette at 55 force feedback right now. A really nice looking car. Sounds good too. All right, maybe second. That third was starting to die out on me. All right, let me go to second. Oh yeah, this is so smooth, guys. Again, I think what Swarm does really well is making each car so distinct and unique feeling. It's amazing. This car feels so different than that BMW. You know, that's one thing Gravy Garage doesn't really have. In my opinion, and in my experience, the Gravy Garage cars, a lot of them pretty much feel the same. All right, they might sound different. They might have less flames coming out the exhaust pipe, you know, stuff like that. Maybe cosmetic stuff is different. But in terms of the feel of the car, it just doesn't feel as different. All right. So in this case, in the Swarm car pack, you really do feel like, all right, you got to switch or you got to change how you're driving a little bit based on the car, which I really, really appreciate. That's what I want. I don't just want the same car 6 times, or I don't want the same car 20 times, right? That's kind of what the Gravy Garage feels at times. Even though I love that car pack, that's kind of what it feels like at times. Some cars, again, are different a little bit and they don't drift as good, so I don't even drive them. But most of the cars that I do like, I tend to find that they feel the same, all right? Pretty much the same. You get my drift, right? I'm not saying they're exactly the same. I'm not saying, you know, they're identical, they're just clones. No, they are obviously a little bit different, but it's hard to parse out that difference between those cars. But in these cars, the difference is very clear from the get-go. The moment you know, press on the gas, the moment you start playing with the steering wheel, right away you realize that, okay, this is not the same. This is different. All right. And this Corvette looks real nice. You know, one of my favorite cars. I really like the red in this Corvette, but the yellow feels good too. Oh, beautiful. I mean, I'm having way more success with this than that BDC car that I was driving, the E46, the BMW, right? I'm linking the track up much better in this than I was with that. So that should tell you something too. Again, really neck and neck, these two. These two car packs are really neck and neck, but because I prefer the variety in the appearances of the car, the aesthetic variety, and the attention to detail they put in with the interior cameras and all that, I think those are cool touches. I do appreciate the BDC more. I like that car pack a little bit more. I'm thinking that's going to be my next go-to pack, even though this Corvette is definitely a favorite. And this is a Swarm Corvette. Look at it. I mean, the car is amazing. It drives real nice, and I've already done like 3 laps, I feel like, with no problems whatsoever. Delicious. All right, so there you go, the Corvette. Let's hop inside to show you what that looks like. We got the American flag mats. All right, very cool. We got the shifter. Again, they did a great job too. It looks great inside and out, you know what I mean? So let's hop into the next one. Godzilla. I might come on tomorrow night, but Sunday night I think is gonna be my main goal. All right, I'll try to come on tomorrow night and do some Forza tomorrow, but Sunday I'll be planning to. Let's see what happens. All right, next car. What are we gonna do? We're gonna go to the BDC car pack again, and then see what we got over there as our next one. All right, they don't seem to have a Corvette, so there's no direct comparison there for that. But we can pick a unique car that, you know, is not necessarily just an American car, but it's a different car. All right. They got the JZX Mark II, and they got my favorite Miatas. Oh, they got the Mustang. Let's go for the Mustang. Why not? Classic Mustang. Here we go. All right. So now we're back to BDC. We're comparing American to American. We drove the Corvette in the Swarm, and we're going to do the Mustang in the BDC because the BDC doesn't have a Corvette. So we're going to do the next best thing, which is the Mustang. So here we go. Door closed. Hopefully the audio works this time. Yep, the audio is better. Okay, good. We got some audio going. I got force feedback at 52 on this one. We're probably going to go to third here, right? These cars are more happy to be drifting in third. Okay, see, feels different, guys. This is different, so I gotta readjust. Hold on, let me get a lap in and get a feel of this thing. Okay, I think I got it. I think I get it. So there you go. This is the Mustang, the red Mustang. Woo! Yeah, these are friendlier cars, I have to say. These are friendlier cars to kind of make adjustments. That third gear acceleration is really, really good. You don't feel like you're dying out in the middle of a corner, which I really, really like. If I have to use an e-brake to make an adjustment, it just always feels great that I know that I'm going to be able to just, you know, peel out and get out of there with my acceleration without having to change the gear. I just love that. I guess I'm a noob, so you know, it's a noob-proof pack. There you go. Woo! Really, really nice. This is the one that I messed up last time, but I think we got through now. So all corners complete. All right, it's getting a little dark. I'm gonna have to turn the light up. Oh man, look at this thing. Huh. Amazing, amazing. All that smoke feels really great. The lights through the smoke, when I hit the brakes through the smoke, they look really cool. I mean, amazing job. They've done a great job with the aesthetics. Like I said, I don't like some of their liveries that they made. They're too childish for me, and too sci-fi for me. But the ones that, you know, they do have that I like, this looks really good. The aesthetics, they got right. I feel like they did a great job. All right, and both car packs did a great job with that. My preferred is BDC, but I think Swarm did a great job too. All right, really, really nice car pack. So this, actually, I have to say, this one feels more like a Swarm car because of the grippiness I'm feeling for this one. But again, that's the beauty of these car packs. I think both of these car packs do a great job of making each car feel specially unique, and that's what's up. And if you're interested in how to get these car packs, you know, it's very easy. I mean, I didn't have to do much. If you have Content Manager, which obviously if you're watching this video, probably you know about the Content Manager. I had Content Manager. I just Googled the two car packs, and you know, the first couple of links got me to download the car packs, and the rest was history. All right, feels really good. So there you go. Let's hop inside this Mustang, see what it looks like on the inside. All right, there you go. No screen, no reverse camera on this one, but that yellow steering wheel with the black contrast feels really good. There you go. Oh man, that feels amazing. All right, time to stop, time to switch out again. So we tried our American cars. Let's go to some Japanese. Let's try some Miatas and things, you know, favorite drifters. Let's go ahead and try some of those. Here we go. Next, we're gonna go back to Swarm now. This was BDC. So in the Swarm collection, let me see what else we got. Also, if you're curious as to how many cars there are in each, for Swarm you get 30 cars, and that is dope. All right, and then when I go to my BDC collection, I got 19 cars. All right, so 30 and 19, that is pretty dope. All right, let's go to Swarm. Let's see what else they got. Swarm does have a bigger roster of cars. Obviously, they have more cars, but they also have more unique cars, I think. All right, the BDC car pack you know, has a couple of unique cars, which I will show you because those are really cool. But they also have cars that, you know, we just see in every other car pack also. All right, so let's go to Swarm next and see what we're gonna pull up. We're in Swarm. So talking about a unique car, why don't we go to a unique car? We'll come to the RX-7 in a little bit. What are some unique cars they got? Let me show you. So this right here, the 240Z, is a pretty unique car. It's a rare car in Assetto Corsa to be getting for a drift, but I do like that car. All right, so here we go. This is coming up. Look at the sound system. They got the JBL sound system. They're trying to, you know, show the brands off and all that. It's pretty cool. Look at the interior. The car looks beautiful. The paint job is nice. I mean, really well done in terms of aesthetics and design. All right, so let's hop in and let's take it out for a spin. This is the Swarm car pack. So here we go. Right now we're at 60 force feedback. I have to say, as I'm switching back and forth between the two car packs, you know, sometimes it's so close that it feels like you're in the same car pack. All right, so, you know, just saying that that because sometimes, you know, people want to have a clear winner and this and that, but you know, it also depends on the cars they got going on, and they're very close. They're good. At the end of the day, you know, the cars that drive nice for you, that's the car pack you want. The cars that you're having the most fun with, that's the car pack you want. The car pack that brings you the least frustration, right? Because when we're gaming, I don't want to be frustrated. I just want to have some fun. Those are the car packs that people tend to like, and it just depends which one of these will bring you that. But for me, I think it's BDC, but Swarm does a great job. Like I said, I have my top 3 car packs in Assetto Corsa right now. Number 1 is gonna be, I think from now on, BDC V6. Number 2 is gonna be Cool Gravy Garage, and number 3 is gonna be Swarm. All right, so really cool, really close, and I feel like I can drift in all 3 of these as much as I want to my heart's content, because they all 3 of them offer a lot of good stuff. Really unique cars, unique fields. All right, so this one, you know, can't do anything in third on this one. And this one requires a little bit more of like the feathering of the throttle, you know, up and down pressing. So, oh yeah, this is feels a little bit grippier also. Yeah, but it's a cool car. You know, with a little bit of practice, obviously you're gonna get good at this car too. You know, there's so many cars to try, so many cars to get better at. There you go. This one's a little bit more of a erratic sort of a car. I feel like it's tuned a little bit differently, but definitely a cool looking car, unique car, still drifts real nice. Just a little bit of practice is required for you to feel comfortable around certain bends and behavior of the car. I am definitely enjoying it though. You know, off to a bumpy start, but hey, all's well that ends well. There we go. I'd rather have cars that push me a little bit to adjust my strategy and adjust my driving than have cars that all kind of feel the same, right? I kind of have that because that's a little bit more exciting. Here's what it looks like on the inside. There you go. The hand is twitchy for some reason. Okay. That's probably my e-brake signal that it's getting. Sometimes the e-brake kind of acts weird on the USB. Oh, look at that S that's dangling. Haha, that's pretty good. That's a nice touch, man. See, I'm telling you, these cars, the designers, the creators have put some really nice touches, really nice design elements. Ooh. Ah, yeah, that's hard to do. All right, so this one's a little bit hiccupy in terms of this inside view, but the outside view was working fine for us. There you go. Real smooth. Look at that. Crushing corners, no problemo. Look at this. And this is the end of that track, right? So let's just stop here. This is where we usually start. Let's pause there. Awesome job on this one too. So this was a swarm car. Now let's go to a unique car on the BDC side. Let's go. I'm looking at the Bad Drivers Club cars now. Let's see what we get. All right. A lot of the Nissans, a lot of the usuals that I'm seeing here. I've got the Altezza. There's I think a Lexus looking car, the V6 Aristo, and some of these cars, they don't have their names, you know, the correct names, so it's hard to kind of tell which ones they are. But we do have the MX-5s, the Miatas, another unique car I guess they have is the GT86. This is not a car we see a lot. All right, the GT86 is pretty good. The Toyota Mark II is pretty good. Let's try the GT86. That's a pretty cool car. I don't usually see that in a lot of car packs that are drift car packs. So it's kind of cool to have that. Let's hop into that one and see where that takes us. So there you go. We got the white. All right, we got the white 86. Doors closed. BDC badging. All right, we'll put it in third because this one's going to be in a third gear car. Force feedback is at 54 right now. Look at this car. That first turn was amazing. Oh, I think I could probably lower the force feedback a little bit more for it to feel a little bit smoother, but right now it feels tight, and you know, I don't mind that. Looks fine. There you go. That uphill is always a challenge, but we got that down. Look at that. Really clean, really nice. I'm happy with that. Slipped out there for a second. Maybe going too fast. I mean, this GR86 drives really nice, guys. Really nice. Feels like a street car you're driving. It's not a gimme. It's not easy. Alright, very engaging. They're full of feeling. You get a lot of the feel of the road, a lot of the feel of the tires spinning. Really nice. Yeah, and it's a small enough car that feels nimble. It feels like you can control it. You can bring it back. You know, you can adjust it quickly. Yeah, like right there, I almost lost it. There you go. Through the smoke. Just killing it. Yeah, brakes are key with a lot of these, but I'm really feeling the BDC car packs. Especially the third gear ones. The third gear drifts are really, really nice. I mean, the Brooklyn Park track, cutting it up with the third gear, feels really great. It's not too slow. It's definitely not too fast. And just like that. We're in. There you go. All right, so that's what we got. The BDC car packs feel really, really good. My new favorites, I think, my number ones. Gravy Garage probably moved down to second, and Swarm is 3. And again, but when I say top 3, that doesn't mean number 3 lost. That just means like these are, I could drift in any of these car packs and have a good time. That's what that really means. They're top 3. All right, there's no winners and losers here. For me, all 3 car packs just have a lot of character, a lot of fun, and a lot of you know, entertainment built into them, and plenty of cars. Gravy Garage doesn't have enough cars in my opinion, so it's a smaller car pack. I feel like Swarm gives you a lot of options, so that's really nice, but they don't have any liveries and a lot of the aesthetics and the design things that you look for in a game. They don't have that. But BDC kind of gets at both. They give you lots of cars, and they also give you lots of design things to play around with. Every car comes with like 10, 12, 15 skins, and that's pretty fun. So this is the BDC GRD 6 that we just finished. Feels real nice. Let's go on to Swarm. I'll come. Okay, let's go to Swarm. And I think the next car